Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Martin here with your grammar for today. Today is Monday, the 27th of April, and we're going to get started with the new grammar passage. As always, we're going to go ahead and read the directions, figure out if it's revising or editing, meaning cups or arms, and then we're going to answer questions 1, 2, and 3 today after we find our central idea. One thing you may notice off the bat is that we are looking at a different type of passage today. So normally we do a nonfiction or sometimes fiction, but today we have a letter. We see from the heading, Dear Simon, and then your best friend, Jonathan. We can tell this is a letter. So it's gonna be a little bit different, but we still follow the same procedures that we always do. So getting started, it says, Jonathan wrote a letter about how the paper mills in his community pollute the air and the water in his town. He would like you to read his paper and look for any edits need to be made. When you finish reading, answer the questions that follow. So look for any edits. So we know we're doing cups. Capitalization, usage, punctuation, spelling, okay? So now we gotta figure out what our central idea is for this passage. In order to do so, we're going to be reading the entire passage, thinking about what this is teaching us, what information we're getting from it. Dear Simon, do you remember me telling you how hot it gets in Brownsville where you live? I'm writing you to tell you something that bothers me about my town. Unlike the weather though, it is something that can be changed. Paper mills create a lot of pollution. The pollution makes the air smell bad. It also makes the water dirty. Some of the chemicals put into the air by paper mills are dangerous for our health. This is a tough problem to solve. We cannot just close the mills because people need paper. Also, many people work at the mills and need his or her jobs to pay bills. There are things we can do to reduce pollution. Paper company officials can change their mills by using new, cleaner paper making methods. However, it will take a lot of money to change the way paper mills make paper. It will be easier to recycle our old paper. Making new paper from old paper produces less pollution. Can you help us by recycling your paper and asking your friends to do the same? Call my dad or me if you have any questions about paper recycling. Your best friend, Jonathan. All right, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this now, and we're gonna think about what is the central idea. So we have someone writing a letter. So Jonathan writing a letter to Simon, and he's talking about a problem he's having. So his problem is that the paper mills cause a lot of pollution, and he's trying to figure out a way to get recycling started in his town so that they can have less pollution by recycling the old paper. Okay, so I'm gonna put letter to Simon from Jonathan about pollution problem and need for recycling. So it's pollution problem and the need for recycling in his town. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the first question, which this time starts with question number 7. Don't mind that page, it printed a little bit wrong. It says, what change, if any, should be made in line number 1? So what change, if any, should be made in line number 1? I don't remember line 1, so I'm gonna go back and read it as always. It says, Dear Simon, Dear Simon. All right, so let's go through. Capitalization, well, beginning is capitalized as well as the name, so that's fine. Usage, there's no verbs there. Punctuation, when we're writing a letter, what has to come after the salutation, meaning the greeting? What comes after the greeting? If you said a comma, you are correct. Before you start your paragraph, you need to put a comma after the salutation or greeting. So there needs to be a comma in there. And the spelling, everything is spelled correctly. So let's go back and look. Dear to dear, obviously that's the beginning, so it needs to be capitalized. No. D-E-A-R and D-E-E-R, this is the animal. So you're not talking to animal, it's talking about dear like as in like greeting, salutation. Add a comma after Simon, that's what we said. Make no change, okay? So the correct answer is obviously C. Go ahead and take about 20, 30 seconds. What is your I know because? What is your IKB for C? Why is number 7 C? All right, so I put I know because in a letter, you must put a comma after your greeting. So greeting or salutation. If you say dear so-and-so, you have to put a comma after that. All right, let's go to number 8. Jonathan wants to tell readers where the paper mills are. Which of these should be added at the beginning of the underlined sentence in line 5 to tell the readers where the paper mills are? So he wants to know where the paper mills are, and it's going to go at the beginning of line 5. Where they are, that means location. So location, where is location? So for this one, I could honestly just look at these stems and see which is a location word, but I'm gonna go back and read line 5, just so I know what we're talking about. So it says, paper mills create a lot of pollution, okay? We know he's talking about Brownsville, his hometown, but we have to, there's no location noted here. So I'm looking for a location word, in our town. Does that tell us where in our town? I think it does. During both day and night. So this tells us when, but it doesn't say where. Like a lot of factories, okay? This is a situation. Situation phrase. While making paper, also situation phrase. But this asks us about where, and the only one that makes sense for where is F, okay? This one we can do because I know IKB, I know because it's quite easy. So the correct answer is F, because the only one that answers where it takes place is F, okay? In our town tells the reader where the paper mills are. Where is it? In our town, all right? We'll stop there for today because we have 3 days this week. So on Wednesday, we'll go ahead and do questions 9 and 10, and then we'll finish with 11 and 12 on Friday. Thank you so much for listening this morning. I hope you had a wonderful Monday. Get outside, stretch your legs, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. Have a great day.